What's going on, YouTube fam? How's everybody doing? I have been away for far too long. And today we are back with a very special circumstance for myself personally, not in general. But today we are here to talk about one device only, and one that I have been dying to get my hands on for the past 2 iterations, and now the third is here, and I am stoked about it. I'm gonna go over some things I do like, some things I don't like, some things that could be improved, and see what everybody thinks. So let's dive in and check it out. So here it is, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 in all of its glory. I have the matte black finish here, 512 gigabytes. So we are going to dive right into this, starting with the design, since it's the first thing that you kind of think about or take a look at when you are buying a phone. You know, how it feels, how it looks, what do you like about it, what you don't like about it. So let's just start off by saying Samsung is probably one of the best, if not the best, at building foldable phones right now. We know a lot of people are coming out with the technology, and I think we should expect to see something from Apple and Google in the folding space, maybe in the upcoming events on September 14th. Google's upcoming event here soon this fall. But yeah, so let's talk about this guy and go into the specs, the design, and all these other fun little facts. All right, so we're gonna dive right into this. Gonna talk about the design, the specs, things that they did well, things that could have been done better, things I don't like, things that I would have liked to have seen maybe, and go right into it. So let's first get the specs out of the way, because kind of everybody should know these specs at this point, you would think. But for those who don't, 271 grams, which is not that bad. Is it heavy compared to other phones? Yes, but is it that bad for something that has a 7.6-inch main display? So on the front and on the back glass, we have Gorilla Glass Victus. And then of course in here we know that there is a small thin sheet of glass underneath the flexible plastic display. But unfortunately, the technology is not there yet for it to be foldable glass completely. So on the front we have a 6.2-inch 25:9 HDR10 plus 120 Hz 1200 nit peak brightness display. And on the inside, when we open this bad boy up, we have a 7.6-inch HDR10 plus 120 Hz 1200 nit display, rocking the Snapdragon 888 processor, 12 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigs of storage, or like my iteration here, 512 gigs of storage. So let's talk about these guys right here on the back, those cameras. All right, so 12 megapixel f1.8 26mm wide, 12 megapixel f2.4 telephoto 52mm, and a 12 megapixel f2.2 123 degree super wide lens on that. So that's at 12mm. Are the cameras as bad as everybody's been saying? No. The reality is they are last year's cameras. They did not upgrade the cameras in these, but they are still good. They are not S21 Ultra good, but they are still good. I mean, I have got 4K videos taken, some pictures. I mean, there's no doubt that it is a good camera. I mean, just look at this. Look at that guy. Cutest guy on the planet right there. Look at, I mean, zoom in. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So it's not that it's a bad camera, but people, when you're buying this phone, yes, it's expensive, but you're not buying it strictly for the cameras. It's a nice feature. Having a big viewfinder like this without being the size of like an iPad Pro is nice, but guess what? It's a power user phone. The camera is still good. You're still shooting 4K. You're still shooting 21:9 in pro mode. You're still getting high-end pictures coming out of for stills. I mean, you can't complain about the cameras to some level. Is it expensive? Yes. So would it have been nice to see an upgrade on the cameras? Absolutely. But you're getting a phone that folds up in your pocket. So 4 megapixel under display camera. I mean, it's definitely cool to see that technology. Is it the best quality? I mean, you can't even see that camera there. I mean, you can see it probably, but see the little pixels. But then you turn that camera on, and there you go. Now you can see the camera there. It's a cool technology. It's nice to see them doing it. Is it the best? No, it's a 4 megapixel shooter. It's not going to be the best quality for every scenario, but in good lighting, if you're shooting a conference call or whatever, it's going to get the job done. So let's talk about the front facing camera a little bit. 10 megapixel, obviously that is going to be better. So one of the cool features with this camera is you have this split mode view. That's kind of neat. You flip it, you can do it this way too. Have your controls and your preview down there, or you can swap it and go down where your live view is below, and you have features up on there when it's folded. So definitely a good set of cameras on this phone. It is not as bad as everybody's making it out to be. And that's just my personal opinion. You do with it what you will. But nonetheless, it's amazing to see that this phone is an IPX8 water resistant phone that's foldable with a hinge and all this crazy technology, bristles inside that keep everything out, keep it clean. 25 watt fast charging, 11 watt wireless charging. One of my other nice little features that I find maybe not always useful, but up here you press this little button. Now you can see, I can see myself on this front display here. Looks good. It's going to take the best quality selfie you ever did see. You can see that there. I'm checking it out. It's really cool to see on this, that as an option. What I would like to see is some camera controls put on this front screen. That would be a little more helpful than trying to stretch and use the volume keys to snap a picture. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, really good phone. It's expensive, for sure. The one thing I would like to have seen is textured edges maybe, because I find that when I'm opening it every now and then, my fingers slip off, and I just find that to be annoying. I think adding some textured edges here, maybe for the Z Fold 4 to come, having that there would be nice to open that up rather than the slippery aluminum. The other thing is, I would have liked to have seen when the incorporation of the S Pen, instead of having this case or the option to slide this off here. For that, I'm not going to use this case. It's cumbersome, it's big, it's bulky, and you add the S Pen on there and it just makes it even worse. So I'm not going to probably use that case from Samsung, but it is a nice concept. I would like to see maybe a case that has a slot for the S Pen on the side, and not this wallet foldable cover that doesn't latch to the phone. I'm not a big fan of that. So the S Pen though, I do enjoy the experience on this. I would have liked to have seen maybe a smaller S Pen so that it could slide into the device, but it is what it is at this point for the S Pen experience. But I will say, for being a Note user, much prefer the S Pen experience on this. It's just so nice to have such a big display to write on. Biggest thing is when you hit that little crease there. Yeah, everybody hates the crease probably. You don't notice it that much, honestly. It's not like you're touching it all the time, unlike the Flip where you're constantly running your finger over it. But when you're doing some handwriting, you might hit that crease and mess your handwriting up a little bit. But if that's the biggest downfall to the crease, I think you're in pretty good shape. This little S Pen here with the retractable tip, it's pretty nice. Like I said, would have liked to have seen a smaller one, but it is what it is. For now, I think next year we should see some hopeful improvements with this. Maybe even them starting to attempt trying to put something into the phone itself, like the Note series, if they're going to get rid of the Note series. Please don't get rid of the Note series. So yeah, like I said, great phone, 120 hertz. I mean, overall, you can't complain. We are at a point in technology that I mean, we have a phone that opens up to a tablet that we carry in our pockets. I mean, look at this. I mean, just check this out. Like, I mean, yeah, it's, you know, a little bigger than normal, but you know, I'm a guy, I'm in jeans, you know, I'm not a girl carrying this around in skinny jeans or something, but you know what I mean? Like, open it up, boom, I have a tablet. Like, technology has come so far, you know, and I can't believe it. It's definitely cool to see. I can't wait to see what they do next. Flexible display that they've been showing with the lava and all that stuff and moving. If you haven't seen it, Google it. Definitely something cool that we're seeing come from Samsung. But that brings us to an end of the initial review of the Z Fold 3. I hope you guys check back for that camera review. I'm gonna be having a video coming up on the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III as well. And guys, just take a look into this device if you're interested and you're willing to spend the money. Definitely worth a look. Get some of those trade-in deals possibly going. But that is all for now. Have a fabulous day. God bless and stay frosty.